they're going to rely heavily upon her today to have success.
You saw Kiasha's numbers there against Center Hill in order to get South Jones to this game. You mentioned earlier this year that Oxford and South Jones played each other. It was all Oxford, winning by 45. Today, though, a new day, and just moments ago, Coach Cooley told us some keys to her team's victory today against Oxford.
Well, the keys to the game was to handle their full court press. We played them earlier in the year, and we did not handle their press very well. We made 30 turnovers in that ball game. We definitely got to limit the number of turnovers we have today. And we need to take care of our boys. We need to box out and rebound, and we need to try to contain Sisk.
I'll tell you another key for Coach Cooley. We'll keep an eye on Erica Sisk. I mean, Oxford has some good players, but there's no doubt about it. The marquee player for this Lady Charger team is Sisk.
Yes, Oxford brings 7 seniors into this contest today. Like I said, they're very experienced, but the key player, the one who makes them go, the catalyst, the floor leader, the general, is Erica Sisk. She comes into the game averaging 22 points a game, an amazing 6 steals, and she just makes the team go.
Erica Sisk, no doubt. We'll be looking forward to seeing her here this afternoon. We talked with their fine coach, Coach Lindsay, just moments ago. We've got kind of a pressing theme going today between the coaches. Coach Lindsay says they need to execute with that press.
Well, I think execution. We're going to have to execute our press. We like to run up and down the court. We're going to have to execute our press on defense and then our half-court defense. We're going to have to be able to contain their big girls and then try to get, control the boards, get the rebounds, and be able to push the ball up and down the court as fast as we can.
Well, there you have it. We've set the table for you here as we're getting ready for the Class 5A Girls State Championship. Tip-off is just moments away, and we'll have that tip-off for you here on Mississippi Public Broadcasting and ESPN3 right after this. The 2012 MHSAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Mississippi State University, committed to advancing our state through learning, research, and service. For more information, go to msstate.edu. By C Spire Wireless, your personalized wireless. By Bank Plus, it's more than a name, it's a promise. And by Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, life is a sport.
We have shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the MHSAA network, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Jackson. Time now to introduce our third member of our broadcast team, Kim Tanner, who is standing by courtside.
Thank you, Will. I tell you, I've got a little interesting tidbit for you. First of all, the last time these teams faced each other was December 3rd, and then let's see, today is the 3rd day of the 3rd month. They're going for win number 33, Oxford is, and a good person to keep your eyes on today, of course, is number 3 for Oxford. So I think there might be a theme of the day. What do you think?
I hear you on that one, Kim. Nice job. 3 is a theme. Pressing will be a theme today as well. And we mentioned it earlier that these teams, when they squared off, they did not have South Jones, Wilson, or Buxton. Let's take a look at those starting lineups as they get ready to tip it off here this afternoon from the Mississippi Coliseum. You see Buxton and Wilson at the bottom. They did not play in the first game, with Oxford winning that one 72-27. Taking a look at the Oxford Lady Chargers starting lineup. Look for number 3, as Kim mentioned, Erica Sis. That's her sister, Amber. Gillum is the niece of the former greats at Ole Miss, Peggy and Jennifer Gillum.
Yes, I'm very familiar with the Lamisha Gillum, the Gillum family. I actually used to go to church with them when I was a student at Ole Miss.
How about that? A lot of themes, a lot of storylines here this afternoon, and we're ready to tip this one off. The Class 5A Girls State Championship here from Jackson is about, and it is now underway. And the Lady Chargers going right to left on your screen here in the first quarter. We'll set it up, and it didn't take long for Erica Sis to get her hand on the basketball. They try to get it down low, and the jumper right away down low is missed, but there you see Gillum. We were just talking about her. Looks like her aunt's down low, doesn't she? With Peggy and Jennifer, they didn't know what to do when they were down that low. Gillum at the free throw line this year, 63%, averaging 7 points, a little over 6 rebounds a game. That first free throw was no good. Now, Stephanie, what are you expecting here this afternoon between these two 5A powers?
I'm definitely looking to see a whole lot of pressing by Oxford. I mean, because Lindsay, I mentioned it earlier, they want to run. So we'll at least see how South Jones handled the pressure early.
Gillum misses a pair of free throws. Quickly, South Jones gets it into the front court, knocked out of bounds, and South Jones will set it up. For South Jones, keep number 40 in mind. That's a point of emphasis for Coach Lindsay, and that is Kiasha Wilson, averaging right at 17 points a game. That is McGillberry, and a traveling violation. So a turnover for the Lady Braves. Will give it right back to Oxford. Oxford got to the state championship clash by beating Wayne County 60-42, and they made 18 of 22 free throws that night. So that was rare for Gillum to miss those first 2 free throws for Oxford. Down the lane, and there's our first bucket of the afternoon, and it belongs to Malone.
Strong physical move by Malone.
Up quickly ahead for South Jones. Try to get it into the lane. There is Wilson. Her first shot from the free throw line is no good. Rebound ripped away, and now a jump ball called. Malone, who scored that basket, her mom is Stacy Malone on the sidelines for Oxford. She was an All-American at Delta State, so some good genes in that family.
Great genes.
There's Wilson spinning in the lane, got the shot blocked, and there is a foul called. It looks like Malone might have got her with the body. Yes, that'll be a foul on Malone, her first. There's mom right there. All-American at Delta State University. And the first free throw is missed by Wilson. Wilson is a 68% free throw shooter. She missed 10 games during the regular season. One of those was against Oxford.
Yeah, she's had, South Jones has had just a few injuries to kind of keep a couple of players out. But now, since they've been back, they've only lost 1 game. They've been rolling pretty good. Yeah,
they have 7 losses coming into this game. 6 of those were when Wilson and Buxton were out. After the second missed free throw, the ball was knocked out of bounds by Oxford, but South Jones cannot convert, and here come the Lady Chargers. They love to run, and Erica Sis trying to make something happen there. A whistle and an offensive foul called on Erica Sis.
It's a great job by South Jones to get in position. That maybe one way to slow Sis down is by getting her in foul trouble.
She's a Murray State signee. Wilson gets it ahead. Jumper on the left elbow was missed by McGillberry. The foul was missed, but there's Wilson cleaning up.
It's a great job by South Jones of breaking the press there. You may not want to settle for that jump shot on the initial break, but that's a good putback.
Keep an eye out for Buxton, number 24 for South Jones. She missed 8 games, has a torn ACL. In fact, she's still playing with it, and you're very familiar with that. You had that injury.
Yes, I tore my ACL my senior year at Ole Miss, and it's definitely tough to play with.
Sisk right there showing some ability to get to the basket, and a reach-in foul. It was on the floor, though, so no free throws for Sisk. We played a little over a minute and a half, and we're knotted at 2. The inbounds pass intended for Malone, knocked out of bounds, and a redo for Oxford. foul, by the way, was on Phillips, her first. Three-pointer left wing, no good. That one was missed by Dickerson, but she has the basketball back. Driving hard, baseline, 10-footer, and another foul coming up on the Lady Braves. South Jones knocked off Center Hill in overtime, 50-46 to advance to this championship clash. And remember, Center Hill is the team that eliminated #1 ranked Jackson Lanier in the North semifinals. That kind of opened up that side of the bracket.
Yes, I think a lot of teams are basically expecting Oxford and Lanier to play for the state championship, but that's why you play the game. Things happen.
That's exactly right. There's Dickerson at the free throw line. She's the spark plug. Has started since the 10th grade. After missing the first, she does make the second. She's a 58% free throw shooter. Pressure, and South Jones breaks it. The pull-up from the left side, and it will not draw iron, but a nice save. Look at the hustle right there. That's Buxton. Torn ACL and all. See that she's got that brace on her right kneecap area, right leg, to help her get through that painful injury. Look at this intense pressure by Oxford. They will pressure you all afternoon long, and that creates a turnover. Here comes Erica Sisk, pulling up, 10-footer straight away. Off the back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, and it's going to be an over-the-back foul called on Oxford. That's on Dickerson. That's her second. Dickerson's an interesting story. We'll talk about that through the course of the afternoon. Her dad used to be a coach at Ole Miss. He got a job at Gardner-Webb, and this ball is off the hands of Wilson right in front of us, and so it'll be Oxford basketball.
It's already 3 early turnovers by South Jones, just trying to handle this pressure.
Well, Coach Lindsay said they will pressure, and pressure some more. He doesn't mind getting the half-court set, but he likes to get those layups in transition.
If you can get a layup, why run the play?
Simplify matters, says Stephanie Murphy. Nice job stripping the ball away. That's Buxton stripping her from Erica Sisk. And Buxton will bring it to the front court, hawked by Dickerson. Wilson at the free throw line. She's still not 100%. Pass deflected inside, laying it up and in. Nice move by Burks in some traffic. Burks averaging 4.5 points a game. Almost 2 assists. She's a senior point guard. Sisk has it. South Jones, zone defense.
Looks like they may be showing a little zone right now to kind of keep the ball from being passed in the interior.
Long three, right of the circle. That one was missed by Amber Sisk. But inside, cleaning up, is Gillum.
That's one thing Oxford was able to do extremely well against Wayne County, was get a lot of second chance points. So South Jones will definitely have to block out a little better.
Spinning is McGilbury missing, but the weak side rebound also missed. Wilson in there, rolls around and in. And now we're starting to see Kiasha, the 5'10 senior, really flexing her muscles inside. And that has powered South Jones to a 1-point lead against the 32-0 Lady Chargers. Oxford coach Shane Lindsay told us before we went on the air to look for 9 Lady Chargers to play in the first quarter alone. Nice skip pass, and what a move down low on the right block.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot McGilbury can do about that if she gets it inside on her. She's giving up a lot of size.
And there's a steal by Sisk, but she couldn't quite corral it. And it'll be South Jones basketball length of the court. And here's Oxford's Kayla Wells in for the first time. Also in for South Jones is Posey, Shania Posey, a sophomore. She's 6 feet tall, and maybe that'll help out some of the inside as well play for South Jones. Good ball movement by the Lady Braves. Oh, nice pump fake, the hesitation, and it worked to perfection.
Excellent job by South Jones with the press breaking. Got a layup out of it, so that may cause Oxford back up a little bit. They keep getting layups.
Michaela Burks only averages 4.5 points a game. She already has 4, and South Jones has retaken the lead, and there's a steal. There's McGilbury, and there is some speed by Oxford.
It's a good strip on the defensive end.
Never giving up on a play was Kayla Wells, who just came into the ball game for the Lady Chargers. And another substitution as we watch it one more time, Stephanie. Great hustle, and as a coach, love to see that.
Definitely want to see that effort.
The inbounds. Now left corner. Jumper is good. A long two from the corner, and that is by Buxton.
You gotta love Buxton playing with a torn ACL in the state championship game. That's amazing.
The pain level has to be incredible.
It really is, and you always have to be mindful of it maybe slipping out. And she just digging in and dug that ball out. Unbelievable.
She just stripped it there, and now Sal Jones will set it up. They'll give it back to Buxton, and a traveling violation on Buxton. That'll give the ball back to Oxford. And here another substitution. This is Ivory Alexander coming in for Oxford. She's one of those 7 seniors, and Coach Lindsay very proud of those 7.
Very proud of the seniors. He bragged a good little bit about the leadership that they showed. They set the goal early on in the year, and they've maintained the course, and they've led this team. He said they are the reason that they are here. So great senior leadership on Oxford's part.
Yeah, we've seen some great senior play throughout the course of these last 2 days of these state championships, including the 2 games we had yesterday. Left of the circle, Sisk, and ring that three-pointer up. Our first tray of the afternoon belongs to Erica Sisk. And a near turnover in the backcourt. That for Sisk, by the way, her 39th 3 of the year in 101 attempts. Check out the follow-through, Stephanie.
Nice shot by Sisk. Like I said, as a freshman and sophomore, Sisk was not able to make that three-point shot. You can see the improvement in her game.
There's a steal in the backcourt. Driving down, Ivory Alexander got up in the air, had nowhere to go, and a steal for South Jones. Buxton down the lane. Her shot, it was deflected and picked up by Alexander. They know who to outlet the ball to, and Sisk tries the left side. Gives it back on top to Dickerson. Dickerson with the 2 fouls staying in the game. Sisk misses the 3, but she chases after it and gets the basketball.
Great hustle play by Sisk to get a second chance at it.
Her motor runs 100% of the time.
Non-stop, super fast.
The ball knocked away from Dickerson, and South Jones will have it back. Been a very fast first quarter. We're approaching the 1.5-minute mark left, and we're still tied at 10. Right wing, long 2, and it goes for Phillips. Chelsea Phillips averaged 7 points a game. She has her first 2. Sisk with that 22.7 point per game average. Has a high basketball IQ, really impressed with when Coach Lindsay was talking about her before the game.
Yes, he said, Sisk is just has a high basketball IQ out of anybody he's ever coached. Calls all the plays for the team, which is pretty amazing for a player to call every play. But you can tell she makes them go. Like I said, he always brags on the leadership. Say somebody's out of line, she gets on them. So it's good to have a floor leader like that on the floor that makes your team go and holds everybody else accountable.
You see Mo McGee's just moments again coming into the game for Shane Lindsay. Yeah, I was really impressed. About halfway through last year, Coach Lindsay said that Sisk just took over and moved down the lane, just could not get the roll. Was Dickerson, and here's Wilson. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Off the backboard, no good. Got her own rebound. That one is missed. And 2 free throws coming up for Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson showed her versatility on that play. Like I said, she's a post player that's able to handle the ball. That time she got all the way to the basket and then was able to get her putback. So she's showing her athleticism.
Not an easy way to navigate through a defense full court, especially with that pressure that Oxford applies. But you're right, Kiosha Wilson definitely showing why she'll be playing college basketball somewhere next year. And the first free throw is good after missing her first 2. I've got Wilson unofficially with 5 on my book. 5 of the 13 for South Jones. The senior makes the second one as well. 30 turnovers in the first game between these two. South Jones committed in losing 72-27. Wilson and Buxton did not play. So obviously we are expecting a much different outcome here this afternoon. Sisk was stripped, but with the arm, a foul called by Phillips. And that's a big foul. As Sherry Cooley, the South Jones coach, told us beforehand, she's their best defender. And she has the assignment to guard Sisk, and that's 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
Yes, that's going to be tough. So you need your best defender on the floor to take care of the opponent's best offensive player. So we'll see who will step up and guard Sisk when she's out.
Because she has done a very nice job. That was Sisk's makes the second free throw. That's just her 4th point. She hit a tray, although she gets a steal there. Drives toward the lane and a blocking foul called. And let's see, that one will be on Buxton. And with 24.5 ticks left on the scoreboard, that's 5 team fouls for South Jones. Oxford has 4 here in the first stanza. The inbounds pass knocked away.
South Jones guards need to make sure they're attacking the ball, meeting every pass. If they sit on and wait on to hit their hands, Sis could pick it off every time.
Yeah, Sis started the day with 196 steals, almost 200 steals this year. And there's a 3-pointer by 00. That is Mo Pegues. Her 17th tray of the year. She comes in averaging 5 points and a couple rebounds a night. Wilson down the boulevard, straight away 13-footer. And Wilson now has 3 buckets along with 2 free throws. And that was a big hoop at the end of the first quarter. We've played 1 quarter of action now here at the Mississippi Coliseum. And it's South Jones at 28-7, leading undefeated Oxford. We'll be back with the second quarter here on Mississippi Public Broadcasting along with ESPN3 right after this.
– 2012 could be the end of the rut you're in, of telling yourself you don't have the time, of worrying if you can afford it. No more excuses. With Antonelli College, 2012 could be the year you start training for a career you really want, the beginning of a brighter future, the start of something better. Antonelli College.
Did you know Mississippi's 15 community colleges will teach more than 250,000 people in an average year? Nearly 72% of all college freshmen in our state attend a community college. Average tuition and required fees for the whole academic year are just $2,174. A community college is close to wherever you live. Community colleges provide education and workforce training to help us build job skills. Community colleges, in our second century, making a difference in the lives of Mississippians.
Hotel stays at the Cabot Lodge Jackson North and the Cabot Lodge Millsaps include a complimentary hot breakfast buffet, evening reception with beverages and popcorn, access to a fitness center and complimentary wireless access, meeting rooms for corporate or social functions available at both locations, on North State Street in Jackson near Millsaps College and in Ridgeland off I-55 at County Line Road. Reservation information available at cabotlodge.com.
Broadcast of the MHSAA High School Championships made possible in part by Antonelli College with campuses in Jackson and Biloxi, as well as online classes, by Mississippi Community Colleges and the 15 public community and junior colleges around the state, and by Cabot Lodge Jackson North and Cabot Lodge Millsaps. The MHSAA basketball tournament is also made possible in part by McAllister's Deli. Delicious is in the details. By Applebee's. What can you do in 12 minutes? How about lunch at Applebee's? And by Mama Hamil's, serving up scrumptious Southern comfort food. Will Kohlmeyer, Stephanie Murphy, along with Kim Tanner here as we start the second quarter. Sisk with the early three-point attempt, missed, but a steal in the backcourt. Dickerson navigating her way in the lane, and 3 seconds called on Oxford. Take a look at the first quarter stats, Stephanie. Anything jump out at you?
The thing that jumped out was shooting percentage. Both teams are shooting the ball fairly good in this opening quarter. Mid-40s, low to mid-40s, which is pretty good. I thought South Jones did a great job of handling the press in the first quarter. Oxford's not been able to get out and run at the pace they want to. And they're doing a pretty good job on the defensive end on Sisk.
Wilson with the missed 3. And here's Oxford with the basketball. And it'll be Lady Charger basketball. Oxford in that first quarter. Erica Sisk, the dandy, doesn't stand out. 3 steals to go along with her 4 points, 2 assists, but she did commit 6 turnovers. As a team, Oxford had 10 turnovers in the first quarter compared to South Jones 7. So Again, Sal Jones falls back. A 1-2-2.
Yes, it's a 1-2-2.
The benefits of a 1-2-2, Stephanie, are?
It's just it slows the offense down some. A lot of times when you run in zone, it makes teams think a little bit more. And man-to-man, if you got an athlete like Sis, he can probably blow by one opponent and beat the help side defender, but the zone kind of makes you think some does. The help side is like automatically there, so it makes them make more passes. It slows the game down.
Sisk with that miss is now 1 of 5 from the floor. That one was a three-point bucket and a foul in the backcourt on that pressure defense. It looks like that's going to be on Dickerson. Okay, they've changed one of the earlier fouls, so that's now Dickerson's, just her second foul. That really would have been a blow for 3 fouls in the first half for Dickerson. Sal Jones breaks the pressure here. McGilberry, who gives it up to Buxton. Buxton had a pair of points in that first quarter. Right side, try to get inside to Wilson, and knocked out of bounds. But a foul is called from behind. Is that Malone? Yes, it is.
Wilson and Malone are really battling inside. It was a great job by Wilson to try to get that inside position.
Yeah, it's very physical inside. How about that shot from the perimeter? And that was Posey. Her first bucket. She comes in averaging nearly 7.5 points for the Lady Braves. Right at 4 boards a game.
South Jones is shooting the ball pretty well as far as jump shots.
Leaner in the lane, in and out. Hoop didn't want it. The foul was missed by Malone. The ball goes out of bounds, and we have a whistle and another foul. Posey picks up her first foul. Posey is the lady that came in when Wilson went out and played very well when Wilson missed those 10 games earlier this year. Dickerson misses the long range jumper from the left wing, but another offensive rebound for Oxford. Dickerson, the skip pass into the right corner, three-pointer, and missed by Sisk. Dickerson cleaning up.
That's one thing Oxford, again, does extremely well is offensive rebound. So if they don't shoot it well, they can get putbacks. It's still going to keep them in the lead.
They had 4 of their 6 rebounds in the first quarter were offense. But there is South Jones breaking the pressure, and we'll get a couple free throws coming up.
They got to get an M1 on that one. She hasn't finished that play.
Yeah, when you're down that low, especially in a state championship game, and a tight one if you're trying to knock off an undefeated team like Oxford.
Yeah, everything matters. Everything matters.
Right. Free throw on the way, and that is true for Posey. A 67% free throw shooter. Shoots pretty well from the floor as well. 50%. In fact, her field goal percentage of 50 is second only to Wilson's 52% from the floor.
Posey's going to be a good little player. Like I said, sometimes when your star goes down, it forces somebody else to step up. Then when they come back, now you have a much better team.
Well, Sherry Cooley was telling us that beforehand. I asked her, obviously it was a negative when you lose Wilson and Buxton, but there always is a silver lining. And she said no doubt that she found some new players that can make an impact. After the miss, fighting for the ball in the right corner. Nice pass down low, and laying it up and in is Mo Pegues. And Oxford now has cut it to 2. Pegues with 5. That's right at her season average. Burks in and out of the hands of Wilson, and an easy 2 for Erica Sisk. So she can use that left hand as well with that layup. And we're knotted at 20. Pressure again, and this time Sal Jones cannot convert. The miss by Phillips. Here we go, the track meet. Erica Sisk. An offensive foul called. Shane Lindsay can't believe it. And that is a big foul. There you see it. The previous lay-in off the break by Sisk. That foul on Erica Sisk is number 2.
That's her second. That can prove to be critical in this that second half. She needs to be careful from here on out.
And the jumper was deflected. It looked like Gillum had a hand on it. And they'll give it to South Jones. Shane Lindsay has not lost a game this year, 32-0.
That's too easy.
Oh. Down low. Wilson lays it home.
Malone has 2 fouls, though, so she doesn't want to pick up that third, so she almost had to give her that layup.
Smart play there by Sal Jones, knowing that, recognizing that. And Wilson, as you mentioned, way too easy. She's got double figures with 10. Down low on the right side, and Malone says, I can hit something down low as well from the right side. I've got Malone with 6. A steal in the backcourt and a foul. Mo Pegues has come off the bench and has played very well. She's the 5'5" senior guard.
And that's what Oxford wants to be able to do. They want to be able to get steals and try to get layups.
We'll see what Pegues can do at the free throw line. She'll be shooting a pair. A 55% free throw shooter on the year. Averages just over 5 points, 2 rebounds, and nearly an assist and a half a game. First one is good. Oxford made 18 of 22 free throws in that semifinal win against Wayne County. This afternoon, I've got them unofficially 3 for 8. Second one on the way, and the roll is kind for Pegues. So Mo now with 7, and Oxford has retaken the lead. Down low on the left side.
Great pass, great shot.
They carved it up nicely, and that is Posey again. She has a half dozen. So Sisk will set it up in the right corner now. Pegues back out to Sisk. Erica basically runs the offense. She's been doing that since the midway point of last year. The jumper at the free throw line is off target. Getting the rebound is Phillips.
She needs to attack Sis. She's in foul trouble.
And Sis comes up and blocks the shot with 2 fouls. And a near steal there, and on the floor, a trio of ladies, and there's going to be a foul called. And I think we'll have a foul on Burks. I beg your pardon, Wells.
Sis showed great athleticism going up in the air to get that block, especially being in the foul trouble already.
As a coach, you just hold your breath. Is your heart up in your throat when your star player goes up to try to block a shot?
Yeah, you don't want them to do it. No. You got to have Sis on the floor.
Yeah, especially here, just over the midway point of the second quarter. Obviously, Oxford is a much better ball club when you have Erica Sis playing on the hardwood. There's a turnover by the Lady Chargers, and Sal Jones will bring it back. They try to go inside out. They want to try to get the ball to Wilson every trip down. Buxton on the right baseline. Tough shot. Weak side, Posey battling, and it goes out of bounds. Wilson taking a breather on the South Jones bench.
Posey is really giving South Jones some good minutes right now off the bench.
Posey is the 6-foot sophomore post player with 6 points. She's got a couple of rebounds as well. Just under 2.5 minutes left in our first half of our first game here this afternoon. I'm sorry?
This zone right now is really slowing Oxford down, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to play Oxford's pace.
Long 3, left wing. That was off by Pegues. The weak side rebound. A foul is called, and that'll bring Gillum back to the free throw line.
When you play in the zone, and South Jones is doing a good job, they're getting what they want as far as they forcing Oxford to take outside shots. But the catch-22 with the zone is hard to block out and rebound out of it. So you can give up the shot, which is what you want, but if you can't get the rebound, it kind of offsets it a little bit. So there's no specific block out responsibility when you're doing the zone, so it makes it harder for the players to just to go and rebound and get the ball.
That's a very valued point because you're right. It's kind of like you mentioned, a catch-22. You got to pick your poison with Oxford. They come in averaging right at 77 points a game. Gillum made the first, but she misses the second. And more pressure by the Lady Chargers. And this time they break it. Nearly over and back, but the layup is missed. McGilberry could not convert.
Yeah, great job of breaking the press, but they got to get that layup to go down. That may be an interesting turnaround.
Let's see if Sisk pulls the trigger, and this one is no good. And the rebound comes out. There are 4 ladies on the floor. And a foul is going to be called on McGilberry. Lakira McGilberry picks up her first. Coach Cooley told us beforehand she's the scrappy. She's the one for the Lady Braves that go after those loose balls, the 50-50 balls, and she did it right there.
Yeah, every team needs a player like that. You got to have that garbage guy.
The unsung heroes, if you will, at the free throw line. That is Kayla Wells, a 50% free throw shooter. She misses the front end of the bonus. And a steal, though, in the backcourt, and a block, and a jump ball is called.
Great call.
Yes, excellent call. Possession arrow pointing towards South Jones. And Coach Lindsay now decides to pull the troops back. And if you're Buxton, got to be a relief. She actually can get her composure. It's been kind of a helter-skelter kind of an afternoon, but that's what Oxford wants.
Yeah, Oxford's showing a little bit of a zone now, but they like to jump and press out theirs a little bit.
There's the jumper in the corner by Buxton. That one was off, and here comes Erica. Erica Sis doing what Erica Sis does best, folks.
Defense with the left hand going full speed.
That's impressive. And she had the ball, folks, and she was still just about as fast, if not faster, than the Lady Braves. In the corner, Posey, long with the jumper, weak side, McGilberry, that will not go. And the rebound, and here comes Oxford. 1-on-3, Sisk says, I'll try that one. Trying to create some contact. Obviously the odds against Sisk when she's 1-on-3. There's an NBA range 3 by Buxton, and here comes Sisk.
That's not the shot you want right now. They can get something a little bit better to end the half.
30 seconds and counting left here in our first half of play. Oxford leading by 3. Looks like Oxford will try to move it around, and some good ball movement, and that's Gillum in the lane.
Oxford's finishing this second quarter on a nice little run.
It was 16-14 South Jones after 1. 7 seconds left. Something has to happen quickly, and that's McGilberry. The long 3, no good, and we have played one half. Your score at the halftime. Oxford leads it 29-24. Kim Tanner is standing by with Oxford head coach Shane Lindsay.
Coach, how do you feel about containing them this first half? How do you feel about things and looking towards second?
We let number 40 get to the basket way too much. We're not blocking out like we should. We had to leave. We're happy about that, but we definitely can't be satisfied because there's a whole other half.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you. Will.
All right, thanks so much, Kim, and we appreciate Shane Lindsay joining us on our halftime. We've got a lot to get to over the next 10 minutes. We'll take a short timeout. Oxford leads it at the break, 29-24.
We have shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the MHSAA network, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
welcome back to our continuing coverage of the state championships here on Mississippi Public Broadcasting along with ESPN3. We're at intermission, and Oxford leads it by 5. Time to take a look at our scholar athlete. And, of course, these scholar athletes are honored before each ball game, and today's recipient is that young lady, Khadijah Buxton. We've talked about her quite a bit during the course of the first half. She does more than just score points with a 7-point average, about 3 rebounds, 3 assists a game, but obviously she takes care of business in the classroom.
Yes, that's very important. I think Bucks is really showing a lot of character right now. I mean, she's playing with a torn ACL. She's a scholar athlete of the game. That's saying a whole lot about the kind of person that she is, being willing to make that kind of sacrifices in the classroom to get her grades done for a team on the court. Sounds like a very well-rounded person.
Will Colmeyer along with Stephanie Murphy courtside here at the Class 5A Girls State Championship. Oxford leads at the half. We'll get to the highlights in just a bit, but your thoughts on the first 16 minutes?
First off of the half, I felt like South Jones did a great job overall breaking the press. They had a lot of their turnovers actually when they got in the half court, but they're doing a good job of breaking the press. Oxford right now has this lead because of offensive rebound. They're getting so many chances to score. So they need to work on the blocking out and doing a better job of rebounding in the second half. Got a little foul trouble with Malone and Sis for the Oxford team, and Keosha Wilson has to be careful in the second half, but great half of basketball for both teams.
Let's check out those first half highlights. Stephanie and I will look at them along with you folks. And inside, right off the bat, Oxford showing some presence, and that was Malone. And then once again, that offensive rebound, and that's Gillum. And here is the Dandy Dozen Sisk with a nice pass. That's not an easy diagonal pass.
Not at all, and that's a great finish.
As for South Jones, the Lady Braves have a lot of thoughts of trying to pull off the upset. They hit some inside, they hit some outside. That's Buxton, that's your scholar athlete. And then Sisk showing why she has hit nearly 40 3-pointers on the year, the Murray State signee. Both teams went back and forth. In fact, in that first half, lead changes galore. South Jones led it after one, 16-14. Erica Sisk and company came back to outscore South Jones in the second quarter, 15-8. Malone with 2 more down low. And that brings us to halftime at 29-24. Posey, you've been very impressed with her in the first half, playing some quality minutes off the bench for South Jones.
Yes, Posey has come off the bench and done a great job for South Jones. Like I said, she's scoring a little bit, rebounding, playing good defense, and so they'll need her to step up even more in the second half. They want to have a chance at winning the game.
We're at halftime here in Jackson, and Oxford leads it by 5. You see the crowd on hand. We'll have our first half stats and more when we return to the Mississippi Coliseum right after this short timeout.
2012 could be the end of the rut you're in, of telling yourself you don't have the time, of worrying if you can afford it. No more excuses. With Antonelli College, 2012 could be the year you start training for a career you really want, the beginning of a brighter future, the start of something better. Antonelli College.
Did you know Mississippi's 15 community colleges will teach more than 250,000 people in an average year? Nearly 72% of all college freshmen in our state attend a community college. Average tuition and required fees for the whole academic year are just $2,174. A community college is close to wherever you live. Community colleges provide education and workforce training to help us build job skills. Community colleges, in our second century, making a difference in the lives of Mississippians.
Hotel stays at the Cabot Lodge Jackson North and the Cabot Lodge Millsaps include a complimentary hot breakfast buffet, evening reception with beverages and popcorn, access to a fitness center, and complimentary wireless access. Meeting rooms for corporate or social functions available at both locations. On North State Street in Jackson near Millsaps College and in Ridgeland off I-55 at County Line Road. Reservation information available at cabotlodge.com.
The MHSAA basketball tournament is made possible in part by McAllister's Deli. Delicious is in the details. By Applebee's. What can you do in 12 minutes? How about lunch at Applebee's? and by Mama Hamels, serving up scrumptious Southern comfort food. Will Colmeyer along with Stephanie Murphy as we welcome you back courtside here at the Mississippi Coliseum. We're at half and Oxford leads it by 5. Taking a look at our first half numbers, but first, before we take a look at the stats, I understand that Kim Tanner has Sherry Cooley. Kim?
Thank you, Will. Coach, I tell you, you had a game plan going into the first half. How do you feel about the way things are working out?
Well, I was feeling pretty good at one point, but I was a little disappointed in the second quarter when our girl was standing flat-footed, not hustling after the loose balls, and not boxing out the guards and rebounding. And that's what we talked about before the game. That's something we've got to do. We've got to box out and rebound. We let them get too many second shots.
Good deal. Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Sherry. And take a look at our first half numbers with Oxford leading by 5 at the half. Anything jump out at you, Stephanie?
I think right now it has to be the turnovers right now. It's kind of surprising that Oxford actually has more turnovers than South Jones. You know, they're kind of playing super fast. That's how they play all the time, but they need to minimize their turnovers. Rebounding again, that's where what Coach Cooley just talked about. The rebound is right now is the reason that South Jones are down. So if they can do a better job of rebounding, they may have a chance of pulling off the upset.
Well, so look at your first half numbers. Individually, you got Wilson leading South Jones with 10. Sisk has 8 to lead a balanced attack for Oxford. We're ready for the second half. We'll take a short time out, and we'll have that second half for you between Oxford and South Jones with the undefeated Lady Chargers leading at the break.
Hey.
We have shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Welcome back to the Capital City area. Look at this, Stephanie. Some last-second taping on that sideline for South Jones. Getting them ready here to start the second half. Oxford leads at the break. A little popcorn time at halftime. That popcorn will probably be set aside to watch some outstanding girls Class 5A state championship basketball. Oxford with the lead, and we'll get the ball first, going left to right on your screen here in the second half. And they're inside. They didn't take long to get it to Malone.
Great execution by Oxford coming out of halftime. It looks like that's the game plan to definitely get it inside.
Malone 4 for 4 now from the field. Can't get any better than that. She now has 8 to share team scoring honors with Erica Sisk. Down low on the left side, there's Posey missing, but the weak side rebound is up and in by Wilson. It was a point of concern in the first half for Coach Lindsay. You heard him earlier in our halftime festivities that they need to keep an eye on Miss Wilson.
Yes, Wilson is a tough guard, and she's good on offensive boards.
Sisk is locked and loaded. Hoop didn't want that one, though. South Jones gets the rebound, trailing by 5. The Lady Braves trying to push it all the way down, up and in. Strong move by Burks.
Great heads-up play. Nobody ever stopped the ball, so the general rule is you go until somebody stops you.
Sisk will try to counter on the other end. She'll set up that offense. We talk about her scoring, which is right at 23 points a game, but she also dishes out better than 5 assists a game.
She's just overall great point guard.
Right on cue, but the hoop did not want that one as well. She's had a couple good looks here to start this second half. Gillum fighting for the loose ball, out of bounds. It'll be Lady Charger basketball.
That's a concern that Coach Cooley talked about it just coming out of the locker room. The second chance points by Oxford. They're playing good defense, but they have to come up with their defensive rebound.
McGilberry was credited with a foul on that play. That's her second for South Jones. Sisk on the floor. A near turnover, and is stolen by McGilberry. Wilson, McGilberry, and here's Buxton. Our scholar athlete of this game, and a traveling violation called on Wilson. With that kneecap injury that she has, and she's still bothered by that, is that pretty tough when she stops like that? Talk about the pros and cons of trying to deal with that injury.
I don't know if there is a pro. I know stopping hurts. You know, the constant basketball is stop and go, so constantly stopping and jamming, you know, it's kind of painful to do, and you have to adjust your body to be able to do it.
Malone has adjusted quite nicely to the big house. She's 5 for 5. Thought it was interesting that Coach Lindsay and the Lady Chargers practiced at Ole Miss to get used to this open space.
Yeah, definitely a benefit. Like I said, they're only a couple of minutes away just from driving over to the Tad pad, so it's a good opportunity there for them.
Your old stomping grounds. Here's Sisk on the break. Try to get it down low on the right side to Dickerson. Knocked out of bounds. Great hustle by McGilberry.
Yes, McGilberry saved the layup there.
Oxford leads by 5. You see it one more time. Sisk with a no-look pass. And there's McGilberry with that hustle. McGilberry is the 5'8" senior. Sisk looking for Malone. A little give and go. Sisk down the lane, and she's going to get whistled for another offensive foul.
It's her third charge of the night.
Another great play defensively by South Jones.
Yeah, Sisk may want to consider jump stopping when she goes in like that.
Obviously, she has the ability to hit that shot with that jump, stop, and pop. But once again, she took a little too far. A near turnover, saved right at the midcourt stripe by Burks. There's Buxton, right side, driving baseline. McGilberry no good. Wilson cleans up.
Sis needs to be careful. She has 3 fouls now, so she has to try to alter her game a little bit so she can stay in.
Wayne County coach Skelton, after losing to Oxford, thought the Lady Chargers had a great shot at winning the state crown. He called this team a well-rounded team.
Very, very well balanced.
And there in the corner, a three-pointer by Amber Sisk. She says, Will and Stephanie, you've been talking about Erica all afternoon. Sisk says, hey, I can hit a shot or two. So with the basketball, South Jones down low, Posey blocked, Wilson blocked, battling for, and McGilberry gets it. And a redo for South Jones, a near steal. Gillum on the floor, down low, a swat. And now what, a foul? Yes, it's gonna be a foul on Malone. Man, you heard the pop way over here.
Yes, I think she got it with the body. Like I said, the play on the ball was clearly all ball, but I think she got it on the body before it went up.
Let's check it out one more time. The fast and furious action. There's Malone was swatting Wilson. Gillum out at midcourt with the contact issues, but it looks like she's got the contact back in. And here is Wilson, a nice shot at Kiasha Wilson.
That's 3 fouls on Malone and 3 fouls on Sisk. So if you're South Jones, you're attacking those 2 players. I'm going inside to Wilson for the rest of the half.
Not a bad idea, and now Malone with those 3 fouls has to leave. She missed most of her freshman and sophomore years with knee injuries. This is the first year that she's played all season long injury-free. Wilson just made 2 free throws after missing her first 2 in the opening minutes of this afternoon's game. She's made 4 in a row at the free throw line. Having a fine afternoon. Leading all scorers with 16. The lead is 4 for Oxford. That's Dickerson. Over to Amber Sisk, back out to her sister Erica. The Murray State signee rings up a long 2 on the right side.
Nice jump shot by Sisk.
Pretty follow through. You can see why she's scoring 23 a night. Had 25 points and 6 steals in that semifinal win over Wayne County.
Sisk has really improved her game. When I was coaching at Tupelo, we played Oxford every year. And her freshman and sophomore year was kind of the game plan to make her go left and force her to take outside shots. And she's definitely improved those areas of her game. You can see that watching her today.
One of the probably many reasons why she signed a D1 scholarship, or she committed to Murray State. And there's the foul on the other end, and free throws coming up for Burks. Burks has really added a lift off the bench. I beg your pardon, she did start, but she's not one of their headliners, coming in averaging 4.5 points. She's a 77% free throw shooter on the year, and she shows it right there. She tickles the twine, and that cuts it to 5. Oxford leads it with just over 3 minutes left here in the third. Just under 2 assists a game for Burks as well, and she makes a pair of free throws. She has 8 on the day, and the lead now has been cut to 4. Oxford Sisk against man-to-man defense for South Jones. And there's a double dribble. Nope, a reach in. And that foul is on our scholar athlete, Buxton, who missed 8 games earlier this year. Wilson missed 10, in case you missed it earlier in the broadcast. Gillum, jumper, right side, no good. Posey with the rebound. But little Amber Sisk at 5'3" goes in there and forces the jump ball.
Yeah, when Posey gets that rebound as a post player, you don't want to bring it down to your left. You should have chinned it and kept it a little higher. You bring it down, those little feisty guards will get in there and tie it up.
Absolutely. Use that height to your advantage. All of a sudden, Posey from 6 feet just turned into a 5'5". Keep that ball high. Stephanie will go in the classroom with Coach Murphy throughout the course of the afternoon, as well as our 7 o'clock game tonight between Hattiesburg and Forest Hill. And there's a nice jumper from outside, once again by Burks.
Big basket by Burks.
A three-pointer, her 21st tray of the year in 69 attempts. Sis taking it on her own with the layup, but a foul is called on the floor, so do not count the basket. Lindsay on the Oxford sideline wanted that old-fashioned three-point play, but the foul was on the floor on Burks.
She was in the NBA, she would have got a continuation.
Yes. Speaking of the NBA, we had some NBA-like highlights yesterday and some boys action. Those guys were playing above the cylinder.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Today we've got a pair of girls matchups, and that is Sisk. Jumper on the floor, fouled, and free throws coming up for Erica Sisk, the 5'6" senior point guard.
You know, we kind of mentioned earlier the difference between playing the man and the zone. South Jones has gone back to the zone, and it's allowing Sisk just to be more aggressive. I like them. I mean, they've gone back to the man-to-man. I kind of like them playing the zone. At least makes her make a few passes and thinks about it. She can take anybody out there one-on-one, and the help side is not quick enough to get there. So I actually like South Jones maybe going back to the zone if they can rebound out of it.
Just to keep Sisk quiet.
Yeah, she's waking up in that man-to-man.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, you mentioned nobody out here at South Jones. There's not many young ladies in the state that can keep up with Erica Sisk.
Right, she's super quick.
And her coach has a lot of faith in her. A near steal, and a jump ball is called. With a $1:42 left here in the third, Oxford leading by a deuce. South Jones had that advantage after the first quarter, 16-14. Oxford outscored South Jones 15-8 in the second quarter to take that 5-point lead at the break. It's been a tight one all afternoon long. In the corner, Dickerson for 3.
Give Oxford a little bit of breathing room.
Dickerson now has 6. That is her 17th three-pointer of the year in 50 tries. Oh, nice carving up the pressure defense, and Posey will get a couple free throws. Do you like the ball movement there?
I did. That time Oxford came out in a 1-2-2. They were spreading it out to try to see if they could pick some passes off. They did a good job of breaking it on that time.
Spacing, I guess, would be a key, isn't it?
Yeah, you definitely want to have, they had the floor just spaced perfect. Had 4 people out on perimeter, and then they made a cut to the basket, so that's definitely what you want.
First free throw is no good for Posey. She made her first 2 earlier, but she misses there. She's a 67% free throw shooter, averaging 7.3 points per game, just under 4 rebounds a game, and those are 2 misses there for Posey. Oxford still enjoying the 5-point lead. Dickerson will have it in the front court. South Jones in that man-to-man. Dickerson deciding to stay in Oxford. Her dad got a job at Gardner-Webb, the former Ole Miss coach. But she wanted to stay and finish this deal at Oxford High School. So her mom, her brother, and her sister stayed in Oxford. That says a lot out of the young lady.
And also about Coach Lindsay's program.
Down low, Gillum from Sisk.
South Jones really needs to get a basket here.
Yeah, Oxford has stretched this out to 7. Under 30 seconds left in the third. On top. Now left side, Posey. Back of the iron, no good. Weak side work by McGillberry, and 2 free throws coming up for LaCara McGillberry, the senior out of South Jones. McGillberry, a 41% free throw shooter, averaging 5 points, 5 rebounds, about an assist and a half a game. That one is no good. She has the same percentage at the free throw line as well as from the floor at 41%.
It's not good. Not a good stat.
Second one, trying to cut it to 6, and she does. And we got a timeout on the floor. 18 and a half seconds left here in the third quarter. 44-38. For comprehensive live streaming and on-demand coverage of the Mississippi High School Athletic and Activities Association Championships, log on to MHSAA.tv. The MHSAA network not only brings you live television coverage of the football and basketball championships on MPB, we also cover boys and girls finals across numerous sports like volleyball, swimming. Last month, a tremendous response to our soccer championships. Just go to MISSHSAA.tv. The Oxford Lady Chargers. The cheerleaders liking this lead right now. Coach Cooley, what do you think she's talking about to her Lady Braves right now, down by 6?
Down by 6, they just have to play good defense. On the offensive end, like I said, they're getting fouled and attacking the basket. When they go to the line, they got to capitalize on these free throws.
So we come back out to play the final 18 and a half seconds. There is Wilson, battling through some pain here today. We had tremendous crowds the first 2 days. Super turnout here this afternoon. We've got a wonderful boys battle coming up right after this one.
Yes, it only gets better from here on out. Callaway boys and Wayne County boys will be a great matchup.
So it'll be full court pressure. Coach Cooley likes to go man-to-man, full court. And Erica Sisk, they break it, and Sisk will go to the free throw line, but oh my, she took a hard tumble.
Well, just about to say you don't want to give up a layup here.
And that's Burks made sure she did not get the 2. Look at Dickerson, the concern on her face of her teammate. Look at that tumble. But look at Erica Sisk. I'm okay.
Yeah, she's tough.
She popped up immediately. Had 25 points and 6 steals in the semifinal win, that 18-point victory over Wayne County. A 60% free throw shooter. She hits 50% from the field. Second free throw is good. It's 46-38. Wilson in trouble in the backcourt, and a traveling violation called on the Lady Braves. Still 13 seconds left.
South Jones really needs to be careful here. Now, this is kind of how the Wayne County game went. Wayne County played tough for about 3 quarters, and Oxford just ran away with it in the last inning of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So they need to be careful here.
It's going to be a big stop for South Jones. The ball knocked out of bounds. Oxford will have it with 10 seconds left. I totally agree. Kind of a danger zone. You want to finish strong to end the third. And of course, Oxford just thinking the opposite. They're going to try to get another bucket here to make it double-digit leads, and that's what they did. How about that pass from Sisk down low to Lewis? And at the buzzer, we have played 3 quarters, and Oxford, which led it 29-24 at halftime, now leads it by 10. 48-38. And we'll have more from Jackson, the popcorn, the lemonade. They're all ready for a fourth quarter. So are we. We're back right after this.
2012 could be the end of the rut you're in, of telling yourself you don't have the time, of worrying if you can afford it. No more excuses. With Antonelli College, 2012 could be the year you start training for a career you really want, the beginning of a brighter future, the start of something better. Antonelli College.
Did you know Mississippi's 15 community colleges will teach more than 250,000 people in an average year? Nearly 72% of all college freshmen in our state attend a community college. Average tuition and required fees for the whole academic year are just $2,174. A community college is close to wherever you live. Community colleges provide education and workforce training to help us build job skills. Community colleges, in our second century, making a difference in the lives of Mississippians.
Hotel stays at the Cabot Lodge Jackson North and the Cabot Lodge Millsaps include a complimentary hot breakfast buffet, evening reception with beverages and popcorn, access to a fitness center and complimentary wireless access, meeting rooms for corporate or social functions available at both locations, on North State Street in Jackson near Millsaps College and in Ridgeland off I-55 at County Line Road. Reservation information available at cabotlodge.com.
Will Kohlmeyer, Stephanie Murphy, along with Kim Tanner back here in Jackson as we are ready to start the fourth quarter of play with the score 48-38 in favor of the Lady Chargers. Looking at the numbers through three quarters, Stephanie, anything jumping out at you on the numbers through three? The pass, it goes out of bounds. It'll be Oxford basketball.
The one thing that kind of leaps off the page is the fact that Sis has double-digit turnovers. That's kind of uncharacteristic of her, but like at the pace of that play that they play, that'll happen sometimes. But if she had a strong third quarter, she's really propelled this team to the 10-point lead that they have.
Sisk with 12 turnovers, 13 points, 6 rebounds, does have 4 steals, and 5 assists. Oxford will inbound it. There's Dickerson spinning away from a couple defenders. Sisk misses from the right wing, and an over-the-back foul called on Oxford. Shooting percentages through three quarters, Oxford at 46% at 18 of 39. South Jones 14 of 39 for 36%. Free throws 5 of 8, 63% in that third quarter for South Jones to put that average now at 60% for the game. 23-19 the rebounding edge for Oxford.
South Jones really needs to get a bucket here.
And they go to their bucket person there, and that was Wilson. She misses. The follow is no good by Phillips. Still working inside, and it's Oxford basketball.
That time South Jones had 4 great looks at the basket, but they couldn't come up with anything.
Sisk will bring it into the front court. 4 of 15 from the floor, just 1 of 6 from behind the arc. They get it down low to Pegues, and a whistle and a foul called.
With Oxford being in the bonus for the remainder of the game, it's going to be extremely hard for South Jones to get back into the game without some great outside shooting.
There's Sisk's numbers, 13, 6, and 5 right now. First free throw is good. Sisk, a 60% free throw shooter on the year. Second one is also true. And now it is a 12-point lead. South Jones needs a bucket in the worst way.
They definitely have to have one now.
Driving left baseline, trying to become a surgeon in between all of that Oxford defense. Ball knocked out of bounds. Buxton will inbound it. Wilson, left of the circle, long three, in and out. Look at the work inside. Fighting hard was Phillips, and she has 4 now on the afternoon. That's a 10-point advantage. for Oxford. Down low, left block, and Malone gets the hoop, but a foul is going to be called on Malone.
Yeah, Malone, she dipped her shoulder a little bit. She sure is going to the basket strong.
That's 4 on Malone. She's the junior, 5'11", averaging right at 11 points, 5.5 rebounds a game. She's the one that's missed basically her freshman and sophomore year with knee injuries, playing her in her first full season. The jumper missed. Weak side work, McGilberry in the lane, Phillips, and she gets the friendly roll. Malone wears those 2 knee braces just for some extra support. And Sisk is fouled. The push on Burks.
You were thinking if South Jones could get a stop here, then the game would get interesting, but Sisk attacks him early. Doesn't give him defense time to set up.
Sisk at 22.7 points per game, misses that one. Coach Lindsay was concerned with nerve issues, and he had them in the first half against Wayne County in the semifinals. They settled down in the second half. How do you think they have absorbed this atmosphere here on a championship Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, I don't think it bothered them at all today. I wish they could have zoomed in on the faces of the 2 players that jumped center. I mean, they were so focused from the beginning, it wouldn't be a big problem with nerves. Inside, McGilberry, the swat by Pegues. But McGilberry gets the rebound, almost a steal by Sisk, and there's going to be a foul on Sisk. Timeout. Oh, a timeout, okay. Let's see what the official ruling is. Yes, South Jones will be credited with a timeout with 5:33 left here in the fourth quarter. Kim Tanner now standing by with a special guest.
With me from the MHSAA is Robert Holloway. Now, one of his responsibilities over there is selecting the officials. And tell us, there's a big deal going on here today.
It really is a big deal. Those 3 women that you see on the floor will be the first time in the high school history that we've had 3 women to call a championship ball game. As a matter of fact, they are 3 college officials, so we know we got 3 good ones going today.
Well, I tell you, I know you're new to the MHSAA. Welcome to the team, and I know you're doing a great job, and you'll love this.
We are having an awesome time here at the tournament, and it's been a great atmosphere to just work ball games and look at some good basketball all day long.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Will.
All right, thank you so much, Kim, Robert, and I'll tell you what, Mr. Hinton and the MHSAA, they've got it going right now, don't they, Stephanie?
Yes, they're really doing some great things. I like the changes that they're making, at least the suggestions of being open to new ideas. I think it's going to be a great year with the MHSAA.
These championships, once again, a huge success down here in the capital city area. Not too far away from the state capitol building here in Jackson. South Jones after the timeout, down by 9. They have ball movement around the perimeter. The jumper on the right wing was missed by Phillips. Out of bounds, Oxford basketball. Erica Sisk said before the game, it's an awesome feeling. They've worked very hard every day to get to this championship game. Obviously one of their goals this year. You played in a championship game. You coached in a championship game. I guess that's just like that's that bullseye. That's the goal. That's your finish line.
Yes, I mean, I don't see why you play or coach if you're not trying to win a championship. I mean, that's always a target. Even if you have a bad team, I think there still has to be the objective to try to play and reach a championship.
Pegues misses from the left wing. Gillum working hard on the weak side. And that extra work by Gillum pays off. The ball knocked out of bounds by South Jones. And Oxford will inbound it. Pegues doing the honors with under 5 minutes now left here in this ball game. Lindsay in his 3rd year at Oxford after 9 years at Water Valley High School. Sisk, and she is fouled. The call. A foul on Phillips, it looks like. That's 5 on Phillips. So her day is done, the senior guard. I've got her unofficially with 6 points. She comes in averaging 7. She is the best defender. Sherry Cooley lit up when she was talking about Phillips before the game. It takes that special player. You have to have a lockdown performer, don't you, on a team?
Yes, every team has to have a go-to defender. A lot of times kids are so obsessed with scoring and nobody wants to defend. So it's good to have somebody that can stop the other team's best player, or at least try to slow them down.
Sisk missed the free throw, but South Jones tried to bring it up quickly, knocked out of bounds by Oxford. you're right, the defense, free throws, it's those things we don't see on ESPN. Sports Center, they don't show highlights of defense very often, or maybe free throws.
Yes, and you don't get your name in the paper for playing great defense either.
But you will get recognized when Murphy and Kohlmeyer call a game. We respect that. On top, three-pointer, left side of the iron. That one was missed by Burks, and a foul is called inside. You go inside this afternoon, you better not be faint of heart. There is some banging on going on inside.
Yes, it's very physical, very physical.
Free throws coming up. 10 team fouls, so it's double bonus the rest of the way for Oxford. They'll have 2 free throws every time they come to the charity stripe. Gillum will shoot 2.
You know, the girls' game is getting more and more physical every year. You know, if you watch some of the college teams that play, you know, the bodies on the women that play are just amazing. Now, it's a very physical game. You have to have the body and the mindset to be able to play with that.
Second free throw is no good. How have you've just seen how it's evolved just since your playing days at Ole Miss.
Yes, it's definitely changed a lot.
Buxton down low to McGilberry, who lays it up and in. The lead has been cut to 8, but there's Sisk trying to make it a 10-point game. Misses the lay-in, and Sisk is slow coming up.
South Jones is still in this game. There's plenty of time with a little over 4 minutes.
Down by 8, the Lady Braves in the lane, and a foul called. It looks like Pegues is going to be whistled for that one. She's had a nice afternoon off the bench with 7 points, comes in averaging 5 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist and a half a game. Buxton makes the first. She'll get one more. That lead has been cut to 7.
I'm really, again, amazed at Buxton playing with this torn ACL. I mean, that is a very painful thing.
2 big free throws by Buxton. The lead has been cut to a half dozen.
South Jones is showing a little 2-2-1 full-court pressure right now.
A trap right in front of us, and now Oxford. Mo Pegues smartly calls a timeout.
Very smart play.
That trap was right there, and she was in danger.
Yeah, that's a spot that you don't want to ever go to on the floor.
Here's something that you and I have to purchase, Stephanie, and any of the fans out there need to purchase one as well. A DVD of today's championship games. Log on to MISSHSAA.tv. Also available are all the exciting semifinal matchups from this past week's games here at the Coliseum. Check out all the available championships at MISSHSAA.tv. We need a keepsake for this working together. We had a great time yesterday calling a pair of championships on the boys' side, and we've got one more tonight.
Yes, I've enjoyed the experience. It's been fun.
Oh, it's been a great honor for me to work alongside you, and of course all the folks, Sandy, our producer, all the folks in the truck, the director, all the way down. They worked tireless to make these productions look A+. That was almost an A+ play there, but Sisk couldn't quite deliver with the lay-in, but the ball was knocked out of bounds, and the Lady Chargers will inbound it. Pegues will have it. The clock now reads under 4 minutes. Oxford leading by a half dozen. Shane Lindsay telling his troops to just slow it down, eat a little clock, shorten the game, if you will. They try to get it down low on the right low block to Gillum, and Gillum just asking for the ball maybe a little higher.
Yes, great defensive play though by
Posey working very hard inside. Wilson on the bench right now for South Jones. The inbounds to Malone in traffic. And Malone misses, I believe, for the first time all afternoon. Gillum on the floor, and a traveling violation on Gillum. She's one of the captains along with Dickerson. So South Jones only trailing by 6. Oxford trying to finish the deal to go undefeated, just like Bill Russell and the Pontotoc Lady Warriors did last night, to win that state title. Their first since 1977. Not an easy assignment to run the table in Mississippi in high school basketball. Posey misses the rebound, and here comes the Lady Chargers in transition. Sisk misses the lay-in, and the ball tapped to her, but she had that right heel on the baseline. It'll be South Jones basketball.
I think if you're South Jones right now, you're in the bonus, you may as well attack the basket or go inside to Wilson. I don't think you settle for jump shots here.
Let's see what South Jones will do against the Shane Lindsay defense. Lindsay making his third trip here to the state tournament, and a nice play down low, and that's McGilberry laying it in for Sherry Cooley. And we've got a 4-point game. Dickerson in the front court. There's Posey, I should say Sisk. Dickerson down the lane, rolls in. Dickerson with a tough move.
Dickerson.
Absorbed the contact and still kept her balance. Not an easy assignment.
Yes, that could have very well been an and one.
Up by 6 of the Lady Chargers. Buxton left of the circle. Posey, the long three, does not draw iron. It'll be Oxford basketball length of the court. 2:20 left in this ball game, and a timeout for Shane Lindsay in his third year at Oxford High School after 9 years at Water Valley. All right, Coach, let's go in the huddle. 2:20 left in this ball game. First of all, South Jones, what do the Lady Braves need to do?
Right now, they may want to try to, they set up to do some kind of full court pressure. They're in a little 2-2-1 full court trap. I'm sure Oxford's working on their press break to get it down the floor. South Jones need to stay, kind of continue doing what they're doing. Maybe stay with the press. Don't want to foul right now. They still got a little bit of time. Oxford's going to probably try to run their delay game and probably get a layup going to the basket or throw the ball inside to Malone.
There you see what's up next. Wayne County and Callaway, the Chargers and War Eagles. That's for the boys 5A supremacy. And then we'll be back, Stephanie courtside, along with Kim, for that Hattiesburg Forest Hills matchup at 7, and then Jim Hill and Tupelo going at it on the boys' side at 8:45.
It's going to be some great basketball being played tonight.
That Hattiesburg Forest Hill matchup will be intriguing. And how about Tupelo? You used to coach there. Grant Pate has done a nice job bringing the Tupelo Golden Wave back here to the state championship.
Yes, Coach Pate, I love him. He's an amazing coach. We're really good friends, and I'm proud to see all the hard work they put in to be able to get to this moment to play for a championship.
Here we have a little over 2 minutes. Oh, does Oxford break the pressure and gets the lay-in? Malone from Gillum. Boy, they carved it up, Stephanie.
They did.
It's now back up to 8 for Oxford. Shane Lindsay did a nice job of setting that one up. And you like when the players execute.
Yes. They knew South Jones was going to come with a press, so they did a good job of it.
Buxton for 3, an NBA length three-pointer, and missed. And Gillum with another rebound.
Oxford can afford to be patient here. Just spread the ball out, spread the floor out, and just run some time off the clock.
Yeah, I'd play keep away if I were the Lady Chargers. Now approaching a minute and a half left. 90 seconds now on the scoreboard, and Oxford leads by 8. Trying to go 33-0 this year. A near steal by Buxton. And they're going to call a foul on Sisk. So Buxton swiped it away, and the call is Sisk with the push. And that's now 4 on the Dandy Dozen performer, Erica Sisk. Big free throws here for Buxton. She has to make the first to get the second, and she does not convert. So the lead remains at 8. Dickerson right in front of us, and a steal by Buxton, and a foul on Dickerson.
South Jones has to take advantage of making these free throws. Like I said, they're getting hustle plays, they're getting the ball back, but they got to make these free throws to get back into the game.
Obviously a key for South Jones when we talked with Sherry Cooley this morning when she arrived here at the Coliseum to contain Sisk, limit her touches. And they did that with that zone. Sisk has been able to get some free throws and a few more two-point shots made when they went man-to-man.
I think overall, South Jones has done a pretty good job on Sis tonight. It's just Oxford just so well balanced. They have other players stepping up.
I agree. Some other folks have stepped up. Buxton made 1 of 2, but there's Sisk. She has her points, but it's taken her well over 20 shots to get those points.
Yeah, that's a smart decision by Sis to bring it out.
A heady play by the senior point guard. And now we're under a minute left in this 5A Girls Championship. South Jones lost by 45 when these two schools squared off earlier this year, but Wilson and Buxton did not play in that one. It was 72-27. We knew it would be a tight game this afternoon, and we have not been disappointed.
Yes, it's been a great ball game.
Sisk will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Both teams well over the limit, and the first free throw is good. So there you see Posey back in, replacing Shea Kirk for South Jones. And 2 big free throws by Erica Sisk. She has spent most of the afternoon at the free throw line. Buxton in the front court. 15-footer on that right side, no good. McGillberry working, the follow in the lane, and it's in. McGillberry with 7, and that's the lead for Oxford with now 30 seconds left. And a foul, no, a violation before the foul, and so South Jones has it back.
South Jones did take a quick shot, then try to get a quick foul, or force a steal or quick foul.
There's Wilson, the three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Gillum, and a foul in the backcourt. Your thoughts on, for the first time ever, 3 ladies officiating a championship game here in the MHSAA state championships?
I think it's a great thing. Like I said, I noticed when I saw them, I noticed that we had 3 female officials. I've seen in a regular season, but I don't know if I've ever noticed in a championship game. So I think that shows a lot on the MHSAA's part as far as putting 3 women out to call this game. It's a great thing.
All 3 of these, in case you're just joining us, also referee and officiate on the collegiate level. Gillum at the free throw line, spins and makes the first. She is right at double figures. I've got her unofficially with 9. That's the niece of Peggy and Jennifer Gillum, a couple former Ole Miss greats, just like my partner next to me, Stephanie Murphy.
Great players and just great people. They're just a great family all the way around.
I covered them back in their high school days. That shows the age of your partner, Kohlmeyer. Oh, a big 3 by Posey on that left wing. And here's Sisk into the front court with 10 seconds left, but that 3 by Posey is going to be a little too late. It's a 6-point lead with 10.4 seconds left. Obviously, if Sisk makes just one of these, a 3-possession game, pretty tough to overcome that. Yeah. You see it one more time. Posey, pretty impressive for a 6-foot post player.
Yes, Posey has great upside. She's going to be pretty good in the future.
And there's a big free throw. Oxford wants to call a timeout. And if you're Shane Lindsay, it's just simply a review session here with 10 seconds left?
Basically just telling the team not to foul. They shouldn't come back and win a game. Probably want to put a little bit of light pressure without fouling just to make them run a little bit more time off the clock. But basically just be smart. The game is in wraps now. They should win it. Just don't do anything crazy.
We talked with Coach Lindsay beforehand. I asked any pressure, any tightness going undefeated during the regular season, now in the postseason. He said pretty loosey-goosey approach. The players really don't talk about it. They might think about it. I mean, they're human to think about it, but it really hasn't been brought up. He doesn't bring it up. And, of course, the only people that bring it up, the media.
Right.
But there hasn't been any tightness or pressure. Sometimes that does affect a team when you're trying to run the table.
Yes, the goals are always the same. The goal is to win a state championship. So if you go undefeated in the process or lose 1 or 2, as long as you can still walk off with the gold ball, and you've had a great year if you can walk off with a gold ball. But it's still great to be able to go undefeated.
And that's exactly what Oxford will do as they'll win it. And just like Bill Russell and the Pontotoc Lady Warriors, they will win it going undefeated. And the Oxford Lady Chargers are in a celebration mode right now. They have just captured the state crown. This has been a tradition-rich program throughout the years. And now Shane Lindsay, in his third year as the head coach at Oxford, now has a state title as he is hugging some of his team. 62-54 the final score. We'll, of course, have the trophy presentation. We'll also talk to Shane Lindsay and more, as we'll be back to Jackson right after this. The Oxford Lady Chargers are your state champs in 5A.
We have shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the MHSAA network, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Will Kohlmeyer along with Stephanie Murphy back here in Jackson. Oxford is still celebrating. They'll be doing that for a while, winning the 5A Girls State Championship. And Kim Tanner has our winning head coach.
A very happy Coach Lindsay. I tell you, congrats on a great win. You told me before the game you needed to own the boards today, and I believe you pulled that off.
Well, a much better effort in the second half. We were giving up too much. We challenged them in the second half to want to win the ball game and try not to play to lose. Let's go in, let's go win. And the girls stepped up big down on the paint for us. The guards handled the ball. It's a great overall team effort today.
It's been a while since you took that gold ball home. How's that going to handle? Make everyone happy back at home?
It's going to make it it's going to make that long trip home a lot shorter.
Talk to me a little bit about your seniors.
I told you in the beginning, the seniors, they brought us here. It was their plan. It was their goal all year long to get to Jackson and to win it all. And I can't say enough about those seniors. We're going to miss them. I love each and every one of them, and I'm going to miss them bad.
Congrats on a great victory, Coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Will.
All right, thank you so much, Kim, and congratulations to Coach Lindsay and his Lady Chargers. The MVP here this afternoon, that lady right there, Erica Sisk. Looking at her final stat sheet, 20 points, 6 assists, 5 steals. She was also 11 of 16 from the free throw line, even had 4 offensive rebounds. The most valuable player of this 5A state championship, Erica Sisk. What'd you think about Erica here this afternoon, Stephanie?
I thought Erica was very impressive. Like I said, I'm proud of Sis. I had the opportunity and the privilege to coach her this summer on the All-Star team. She's a great player. She's going to have a phenomenal career at Murray State or wherever she chooses to go. And she led her team to victory, and that's what point guards do.
There you see the celebration. Looking at some final numbers, Sisk led Oxford in scoring with 20. Gillum had 12. Malone had 10 on 5 of 6 shooting for South Jones. 16 for Wilson. 11 for Burks. And those were the 2 Lady Braves in double figures. The trophy presentation going on right now. All of these ladies. There it is right there. That's the gold ball. That will belong to Oxford.
That's definitely the objective. Great job by Oxford.
Oh, it's got a pretty shine on it too. And they will love bringing that one back to Oxford High School. Nothing against South Jones. What a gallant effort by the Lady Braves. This is a team that got beat by 45 against Oxford earlier this year. They gave Oxford all they wanted, but Oxford just had big second and third quarters to win this one by 8.
Yes, hats off to South Jones. They laid it all out on the line, having their best 2 players missing combined about 10 games apiece. Those 2 players who were playing with knee injuries led them in double figures, so nothing to be embarrassed about. They gave it everything they had.
So Oxford will win it, going 33-0 on the year. They came in averaging 77 points a game. They were held to 62, 15 below their average. But as I mentioned earlier, they outscored Jones 15-8 in the second quarter, 19-14 in the third. And that was a 12-point differential after South Jones outscored Oxford in the first and fourth quarters. And Oxford is your winner of the Class 5A Girls State Championship. And here is the trophy presentation. Look at Orion Watson right there holding that trophy. And here is gold ball time as Glenn Waddle, the public address announcer, is announcing. Celebrate Oxford. The Lady Chargers are the 5A Girls State Champions, and their fans are behind us, having a lot of fun, making some noise, dancing their way to a state title. And Oxford wins it by final score of 62-54. That'll wrap up our coverage of the Class 5A Girls Championship here from Mississippi Coliseum in Jackson. For Stephanie Murphy, Kim Tanner, and of course all the wonderful folks that make this one possible behind the scenes, this is Will Kohlmeyer saying so long. Don't forget, we got a boys battle coming up between Callaway and Wayne County, and Stephanie and I, along with Kim, will return at 7 o'clock tonight for the Hattiesburg-Forest Hill girls game.